By command of the Senate, we have convened this convocation for the conferring of degrees. Madam Chancellor, the candidates stand before you. The congregation awaits your pleasure.
Please proceed. As the Marshal proceeds to place the mace, ceremonial symbol of the authority of our university and its holder, I declare open this convocation for the conferment of degrees. I would like to welcome parents, students, alumni, friends, and the Carleton team to this ceremony. We're honored to recognize the successful completion of significant academic work by these graduates. Please join me in congratulating these fine scholars.
Good morning. Please remain standing for the official greeting by Elder Irene Barbeau, followed by the national anthem sung by Alisa Flute.
Hello, everyone. Wajagamswa. Irene Barbeau is my name, and I belong to the Albany First Nations, but I grew up in northern Quebec. Today I will be saying the opening prayer, both in English and Cree. In the Cree is my dialogue, Swampy Cree. Creator, we thank you for this beautiful day as we prepare to send these students off to their new phase of their life. And we give you thanks that they were able to finish their program and that they will be successful in their next journey of their life. We ask you to guide them, nurture them, and give them peace in their hour of need, and that you will guide them as you see necessary, because life can be difficult at times. Amen. Shamanadu, Tanaskum Nan Onis, Capsumutishikat, Gamak. Nui chanan and Katskutamajas, just a quiscuta hated, Nanto Aptacoa, Sagoyo, we have a seat. Gamak the Jewish hats with the Yamwa, Nadanda tats. Mush Janaskumtnanga, Jewichito, the Witumudo, Dan how jaded, I got state to Koa. Agmagan Yaskum that's Jewichito. Joshua Meadow. Miigwech.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand on brasse et porte l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Madam Chancellor, distinguished guests, colleagues, members of the graduating class, my name is Rafiq Gubran. I'm the Vice President, Recession International at Carleton University. I welcome you to Carleton University's Spring Convocation, a celebration of the success of our students. I would like to begin by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation. I am accompanied on the platform today by our Chancellor, Yaprak Baltaciolo, by Dr. Benoit Antoine Bacon, President and Vice Chancellor. We are also joined this morning by the Vice President of Students and Enrollment and University Registrar, Suzanne Blanchard, Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Pauline Rankin, the Vice President of Academic Affairs at Dominican University College, Dr. Eva Apostolova, and the remainder of our platform party, composed of faculty deans and associate deans, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, members of Carleton's faculty and staff, and emeritus professors. Graduates and guests, please join me in welcoming today's platform party. Before we proceed to the granting of degrees, we have to attend to another very important and very exciting part of today's convocation, the delivery of the Convocation Address. Please welcome the Dean of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Pauline Rankin, who will provide the Convocation Address for today's ceremony.
Good morning, Ravens. A very warm welcome to the class of 2022. Let me begin by offering my warmest congratulations to all graduates from the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences. It is a privilege to address you today, IRL, in real life for your parents. Now, it is not unusual for a convocation speech to begin by acknowledging the difficulties that students have surmounted to make it to this moment. But for your graduating class, it would be completely disingenuous not to recognize that you have faced challenges in completing your degrees that are, to use an overused word, unprecedented by any standard over the course of the last century. I have had the privilege of completing 3 academic degrees, 2 of which were at Carleton. Each one was a journey full of struggles, triumphs, more than a little drama at times, all of which ultimately helped shape the person I am today. But as tumultuous as my university years were, I simply couldn't imagine the added complexity of doing all that work while also trying to survive a global pandemic. So I am humbled by what you've accomplished. You forged meaningful relationships with classmates and professors despite distance and precarious circumstances. You invented new methods of conducting impactful research, often in completely novel ways. And ultimately, you achieved academic success in the midst of sometimes quite dark and fearful days. I am hopeful for the future because of you. One of the many insights I've gained over the past 2.5 years is that the issues that you've studied and the questions that you've tackled in FAST are absolutely foundational to meeting the challenges of our time. Our recent shared history confirms that we need citizens capable of thinking critically about complex situations, who can distill information and ideas from a dizzying range of sources. We need compassionate people who advocate knowledgeably about matters of equity and inclusiveness, who recognize the importance of individual and collective wellness. We need a new generation of activists who have the knowledge to create and sustain mutually supportive neighborhoods and global communities. We need creative and innovative thinkers who appreciate the power of artistic expression and can envision how evolving technologies can connect us even in the most isolating of times. Finally, we need people who will work in solidarity with marginalized populations and who care about conserving the planet, our most precious treasure. In short, we need extraordinary people just like you, with your particular skills and expertise. Now, maybe your next steps after this graduation are still unclear, and that's okay. I encourage you to take chances, say yes to opportunities even when you're unsure about where they will lead. Forgive yourself when you make mistakes. Keep learning as a lifelong pursuit. Take a lot of deep breaths when things get tough. Write your own story. But most importantly, remember that transformative justice in the world requires you not just to imagine a better existence, but to embrace and practice those values right now through your everyday actions. The diploma you receive today symbolizes the knowledge and experiences amassed during your time at Carleton. You've gained a bucket full of skills that will equip you to handle the future. But in return, know that you too have left your mark on us. So on behalf of my colleagues on the stage, professors, and the staff here today, thank you for sharing this time with us. And thank you most for entrusting us with your education. One last thank you. Let's face it, however extraordinary you are, and I do think you are, you didn't do this alone. None of us ever do. So I want to extend my warmest appreciation to your support networks of friends, families, loved ones, maybe even your pets, who stood by you through your academic adventures. In the years to come, as you make your mark on the world, know that Carleton is very proud to have you as members of our extended academic family. Congratulations, Ravens, and once again, my very best wishes for a bright future.
Thank you, Dean Rankin, for your excellent and inspiring remarks. Students, it's now time to proceed to the presentation of degrees by examination. As each student is presented on stage, we will announce their name and will indicate if the student is the recipient of a medal. You will find the terms under which the medals are awarded outlined in your program. I now call upon the Marshal of Convocation to read the words of the warrant.
Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Carleton University Senate, I certify that all the candidates being presented to you today, in person or in absentia, have successfully completed their programs of study as prescribed by the Senate of this university, and that Senate has awarded these students the degrees they have earned. I accordingly request that you confer their degrees upon them.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors and upon the recommendation of the University Senate, I confer these degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto pertaining.
Will the doctoral candidates and their sponsors please come forward? Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present the candidates who have completed the course of study for the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Cody L. Fortin-Lalonde, with the thesis, Educating for Meaningful Citizenship, a Critical Corpus Analysis of Public Education Policy in Canada. Claire Reynolds, with the thesis, Evaluation of Essential Skills Online, ESO, a utilization-focused approach to a developmental evaluation of a workplace literacy and numeracy resource. Jose Anna Tanner, with the thesis, Assessing the Impact of Gesture Instruction on Hearing Adult University Students Learning American Sign Language as a Foreign Language. Madam Chancellor, this concludes the candidates graduating with a doctoral degree at this ceremony. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts please come forward? Magana Akavor Krishnanam Bhuthirapad. Zara Azizi. Jean Charlebois. Alison Lamarande. Ala Sarji. Samanaz Sadiq Afshar. Heather Pauline Shugart. Jiangshui Zhang. Emma Ray Bieberdorf. Ashley Rayleigh Aurora Carmichael. Rebecca Felicia Korn. Evangeline Caitlin Mann. Emma Louise Sabri. Haruka Toyota. Amanda C. Prusula. Yelena Queisner. Jeff Harold Blackader. Lisa Michelle Bullock. Natalie Ann Elizabeth Cross. Chloe Ann Dennis. Christian McGregor. Megan Olivia Oldfield. Basma Saad. Jacob Charles Hui Litster. Lucia Martina Iacoviti Villeneuve. Regan Leslie Brown. Liam John Michael Burke. Wayne Chandira. Ian Connor McLean Evans. Ian has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Danielle Mahon. Thomas Perlot. Jamie Catherine Simons. Sergio Emilio Para Aguilera. Brenna Isla Egan. Haley Lynn Johnston. Darby Sharon Mallory. Caitlin Agnes Manuel. Noah Renee Rodemer. Madam Chancellor, this concludes the candidates graduating with a master's degree at this ceremony.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts honors please come forward? Jalil Alab. With high distinction. Essa Ahmed. Geneva Jamoke Okanchola Akinigi. Geneva has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Ala Fahad Azam, with high distinction. Sophie Lise Bernard, with high distinction, and a concurrent certificate in professional writing. Kiernan Bingham. Madison Aline Mary Brooks. Sonia May Jason Byerly, with high distinction. Nathaniel Kemalin Chambers. Jada Leanne Clark, with high distinction. Jada has been awarded a Senate Medal for Outstanding Academic Achievement. Jillian Joan Cooper Goldenberg. Emma Jane Cope. Andrew Scott Corradini, with distinction. Tessa Olivia Crozier. Wan Chen Dai. Kathleen Dean. Waylon Michael William Denoye. Kira Noel Devonish, with distinction. Helen Olivia Dewing. Ahmad Ali Dib. Charlotte Olivia Rose Dovniak, with high distinction. Janelle Dunkley. Charles Justin Dupuy. Mariam Salah Eldalk. Jessica Al-Ghazal, with distinction. Lillian El Kadri. Mackenzie Sidney Baldwin Elliott, concurrent certificate in the teaching of English as a second language. Jackson Howard Fix. Ona Elizabeth Fullerton, with high distinction, concurrent certificate in the teaching of English as a second language. Hannah Christina Gordon, with high distinction. Bryce Michael Geary, with high distinction. Madeline Sarah Guthrie, with high distinction. Ashley Ann Nancy Hockman, with distinction. Iman Haji. Pia Herkstroder. Ashlyn Margaret Hickey, with high distinction. Tyler Warren Hodgkinson. Megan Louise Holliday. Megan Sahar Cooper, with high distinction. Megan has been awarded a Senate Medal for outstanding academic achievement. Kathleen Renee Ingleston, concurrent certificate in the teaching of English as a second language. Victoria Takla Ikunder with high distinction. Georgia Louise J. with high distinction. Kira Ann Kelly. Daniel Matthew Kendall. Ian Kerr. Keegan Neville King. Matthew Christopher King with distinction. Renee Lauzon Cherniak. Sean Henry Heald Legg. Yingxi Li. Darius Malcolm McKay. Christiane Marie Manuel. Giovanni Mosiman da Silva Bertasoli. Nabila Muhammad Yusuf. Kadem William Monroe with distinction. Gabriela Carolina Ojeda Garrido. Ryan Christian Orual. Samuel Joseph Papineau. Martina Mercedes Peterson with high distinction. Jennifer Elaine Pett with distinction. Parker Victor Charles Francis Poole with high distinction. Rihanna D. N. Raffi with high distinction. Allison Ritchie. Carly Ann Schechter. Isabel Saint-Cyr with high distinction. Alicia Ann Sutton. Hala Ali Tayyip. Tyra Catherine Yvette Thompson. Sharon Trek with high distinction. Madison Antoinette Tremblay with distinction. Jacob William Daniel Tureth. Allison Catherine Villeneuve. Joshua Richard Wagamies. Andrew George Williamson with high distinction. Connor David Chase Wilson. Hong Xing Zhuang. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please come forward? Buchiza David Banda. Sierra Caitlin Brooke Brown. Emma Lauren Burtis. Allison Margaret Burns. Hugh Byron. James Richard Campbell. Tessa Sophia Constant. Alexander Thomas Denisick. Lorianne Egan. Kayana Kamala Farquharson. Mallory Lee Haynes with high distinction. Sarah Hill. Mina Isa. Molly Margaret Kathleen Keenan. Chloe Sarah LeMay. Megan Patricia Macias. Maya Rowan McNaughton. Peter Chandler Noonan. Demetrios Papas. Max Pukaiwe. Savith Kumar Samuel Gordon Robinson. Brendan Alexander Sheske. Ki Ying Tan. Berhanu Tobayan. Madam Chancellor, this concludes the students graduating with a bachelor's degree at this ceremony.
Congratulations to the class of 2022. Now, it is my pleasure to invite President and Vice Chancellor Benoit Antoine Bacon to the podium to provide some closing remarks. Please welcome President Bacon.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful day. What an amazing day. And the best part of a day like this, by far, is to feel all the support and all the love for our great graduates of the class of 2022. So how about we do it one more time? Congratulations, the class of 2022! Félicitations tout le monde. Just last week, finally, we were able to honor the classes of 2020 and 2021, those who came just before you. Thank you for that. It was long overdue. It was just amazing to finally be able to celebrate their success, and today we celebrate the absolutely outstanding class of 2022 with a full in-person convocation right on time, right after the completion of your degrees. And that makes me so happy, everybody. It's a special thrill to be here with my home faculty, Arts and Social Sciences. Congratulations to each and every graduate. Parents, friends, and family, thank you so much for joining us today on our beautiful campus to share in the success of our incredible graduates. You can be very proud, and I know that you are. Students like many of you, especially those that took a bachelor's degree, I came to Carleton exactly 4 years ago, 2018. If I was a student, they'd let me graduate today, but it's not to be. It's not to be, but it may surprise you that even though I'm of a certain age from your point of view, I remember my own convocation like it was yesterday, and let me tell you, that 25, you think that's funny that I'm of a certain age? 25, 30 years from now, you'll remember today like it was yesterday, because convocation is important, it's meaningful, it's a rite of passage. It marks a transition from one world, the academic world that we all know and love, into the next. Rites of passage are powerful. They remind us to pause and to think and to feel about what's happening, because this is important, because today we make it official. The personal and professional journey that you embarked on all those years ago as your much younger selves is coming to a close with tremendous success. Today's a long expected ending, but much more importantly, it's a new beginning. And what could be more exciting than to be at the beginning of something? In fact, to always be at the beginning of something is one of the secrets of life. And I know that you'll be off to a great start in your post-university life and career. And if some of you are a bit worried, the Dean alluded to that in her address, that's okay. That's okay. Remember to breathe, because the best things in life will manifest themselves when you're ready, at the perfect moment. We're all on a very long journey, and we can't control the future. Nobody can. But we all have complete control over what we do in the present moment, in the now. What saves a person on any given day is to take a step and then another step. It's essentially always the same step, but it needs to be taken. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. I invite you all to give serious thought to the values that you will hold yourself to as you tackle the next phase of your life. You don't want to leave that to chance. You want to be conscious about it. What will be your guiding principles? And I'll offer 4 for your consideration. One is resilience, and the pandemic's taught us all we need to know about resilience. You've shown that you're tough and that you can get through anything, and that will serve you throughout your life. 2 is purpose. Purpose, because when you move purposefully, you create meaning. You don't want to drift through life. You want to move purposefully. We all want meaningful lives. 3 is compassion, and I learned a whole lot about compassion over the course of the pandemic. It made it even more apparent that we all carry a burden and that these times can be tough. I'd say it's never been more important to be kind and compassionate to one another, because that's the only way to build a better world. And 4 is gratitude. Gratitude in our hearts for all that we have, because every day is a gift. Every day is an opportunity to work hard, to learn something, to make a difference. Class of 2022, you'll always be a special class. You graduated during a worldwide pandemic, a 1-in-100-year event, and you came through with flying colors. Think about that. Flying colors. You've learned a lesson that will serve you throughout your lives. You can be exceptionally proud. Feel it in your heart. You can be exceptionally proud. And you can be sure that we're all exceptionally proud of you. Please keep in touch as you make your way into the world. I can't wait to see all the great things that you will do. And keep in touch. Your alma mater, Carleton University, will always be here for you. We're coming towards the close of our ceremony, everybody. It's my immense pleasure to invite all graduates, family members, and guests to a post-ceremony reception in our beautiful Raven's Nest. I would ask that we please rise for the retirement of the academic procession, and once the platform party and students have recessed, kindly follow us to the reception. And everyone, that is our ceremony. So with your heads and hearts full, your convocation is dismissed. Thank you. Merci beaucoup, miigwech. Congratulations, class of 2022. Congratulations, all our graduates. Thank you so much for coming.